Okay, let me start. Uh, as in the previous class, we start discussing about software, and we divided the software in two types. One is system software, another one is
Um,
application software.
application software.
And we define that application software that solves an end user
User
problem.
problem.
Yeah, it solves end user problem. Uh, and this is something that is related to system problem.
The computer system.
Yes,
Mm.
related to the system. Okay, so this system software can be divided into three types. One is device drivers. Important categories: device drivers. Next one is the utility programs and operating system. Okay, and we all interact with operating systems and utility program, but rarely we interact with device drivers. But these things are the important one. Without device driver, you can't communicate with your computer system. Okay, so for each device,
Yes, sir.
okay, you have device driver. Okay, for each device, it's not for one or two or three. For
I
every
didn't hear the
device.
last part.
Sir,
But
what
the
I
net breaking up a little bit. I didn't hear the last part.
oh uh, now it's visual.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm saying that for each device you have device driver. Okay, for every device, it's your computer
Mm-hmm.
means keyboard or your mouse, okay, or your display,
Yeah.
okay, your network card,
Yes, sir.
uh, your pen drive, for everything, your hard disk. For each device you have a device driver. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me move to the next slide. So what is device driver? Device drivers are the software programs, okay, that enables computer hardware to communicate with operating systems or application programs.
System.
Okay, so at the bottom level you have hardware, and
Yes, sir.
above this hardware you have operating system. Okay, and above this operating system you have application software. Okay, so your device
Yes,
driver
sir.
enables your operating system to communicate with the hardware, or sometime your application software. Okay, so uh,
Yes, sir.
okay, what happens if you don't have the device driver? It's like this: you have your hardware devices, like here I show you a printer or and a USB. uh, if you don't have device driver, so device driver is inside your operating system, is responsible for managing all the devices. Okay, so if you don't have the device drivers, you your operating system can't recognize these devices. Okay, so you can't communicate with, as an end user here, you can't use these USB devices or printer without installing device driver. Okay,
Uh,
and if you
yeah.
install these device
Mm-hmm.
drivers,
Yes, sir.
okay, then you can communicate, then you can utilize these devices. Okay,
Yes, sir.
good. So let me show you how much device driver you have already in your system. So if you open your device manager, You can see all the devices are mentioned here inside the system. Okay, and each device, any device you mention,
Yes, sir.
it has a say update drivers, disable driver, or install driver. So each device has their own device driver. Okay, so each device has their own driver. Okay, and if you see this particular device driver are
Yes, sir.
given by the Microsoft. Okay, so what happens
Mhm.
most of the time, these device drivers are provided by your operating system OS vendor. Okay, so like if you using the Windows 10,
Yes, sir.
so Microsoft provide these device driver inside your Windows 10 CD. When you install, these device driver automatically install inside your system.
Mhm.
But some specific devices like your printer, if you buy a printer, you get a new CD with your printer, you have to install this particular CD inside your computer, inside your system, and then you
The
can utilize that particular.
drivers.
Yes. So most of the time, uh, the drivers are provided by your
Mm-hmm.
operating system and
Yeah.
sometimes your device manufacturer. But without device driver, you can't communicate with your system. Okay, so you require this. So once you have this device driver installed, you can utilize your hardware devices. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, so device driver is one of the type of system software. Now, what are the utility software? So utility software provides you some utilities like analyzing your system, configure your system, optimize your system, and maintain your system. Remember, these are not your problem. Yes or no?
No, that's the
Then,
computer's own.
yes, these are the systems thing. Analyzing the system, configuring the system, optimizing the system, or maintaining the system. These are not your specific tasks. For these tasks, you never buy the computer system. Can you ever buy the computer? Do you ever buy the computer system to analyze your system? No, generally not. Or configure system, or optimize or maintain. You have some other problem, but while solving some other problem, while solving your problem, you require this utility program also. Yes or no? Because if your system is down, you can't solve your problem. So these are some utilities that provided to you so that you can manage your system. Okay. So what are those utilities? Network utilities. You even use the ping command. Ping. This command. P-I-N-G. So this is the for checking that our network is down or it's working. Okay. This is one network utility. Similarly, you may use the antivirus programs. These antivirus programs are also utility programs. Your registry cleaners, your system monitors, disk management, device manager, task manager, event viewer. So I already opened the device manager for you. A lot of time you also open the task manager. Similarly, for disk management, creating or deleting a particular file system from your disk. Okay. So these are utility program. These are some of the utility program provided by your operating system. Clear? Is there any question mark?
Not so much, sir. Straightforward. The utility programs help to solve the the
Yes.
computer system problems from analyzing to configuring, optimizing, and everything
Yes.
else.
Okay. So now let's move to the operating system. So operating system generally we have three in your computer domain, Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. If you go in the mobile section, you have also Android. Okay. These Windows operating system like Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows XP, Linux like some flavor Ubuntu, Mint, Fedora, Red Hat. So these are just the different types of Linux system. Okay, they are basically the Linux operating system, but different names, different flavors. Okay. So if you are using now the operating system, you must know that these are all the operating system provided some services to you. Yes or no? Because without these operating system, you just only have your hardware. So above your hardware, you must choose a operating system, any one operating system. You install that particular operating system. Suppose you install Ubuntu or Windows 10, and then you can utilize it. Okay. Okay. So now what is operating system? So let me define the operating system. Are you here? Mark?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the definition of the operating system. An operating system is a system program or system software that manages the computer resources and provide common services to application program. So just two things. Your computer has some resources, like you study about CPU, memory, IO devices. These are hardware resources. Okay. And network resources also, your network. And it provided common services to application program. So please remember this figure. At the lowest level, you have the hardware. Above this hardware, you have your operating system. And above this operating system, you have your application program. So operating system manage these computer resources at lowest level and provided some common services to your application program. Okay.
Sir, your internet breaking up on the other side.
Audio? No. At this time, not. It's perfectly fine. Internet. My audio is not clear.
It's probably my internet then.
Maybe.
It's clear, but the points it coming out and coming. Hold on, let me check my speed and see.
It's lagging.
Yeah, it's lagging so a little bit.
Let me check my internet also. It's working.
Oh gosh. It's my internet, sir. It's my internet. It's my internet.
Okay. So I'm just at the I think last slide. That's not the problem. It may be some weather issue because. Okay. So I'm saying that these are some computer resources like your hardware things, CPU, memory, IO devices, or your network. So operating system manages these resources, and it provides some services common services to application program. Okay. Go to the next slide. Okay. So what are those resources? This is the last slide. Okay. Let me go to just demo. Start. So I'm just opening the task manager. Okay. So this is first task here. Can I note it here? No.
This thing good, but
Okay. Can you hear me, Mark? My internet is. Mark, can you hear me?
still hearing you too good, sir. It keeps lagging and lagging out.
Yes, yes. Some issue.
Pardon?
No, no,
Oh,
no. Okay.
now I
So
hear you.
see, these are the process management. So these are the different process currently running on my system. Can I turn no? Okay. So these are the different processes running in my system. Okay. See the.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are the some. Why? So see this thing. Okay. So these are some processors running on my system. Okay. So this is known as the process management. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
If you move, let me clear here and move to the next section. If you go in the performance section, see your CPU is mentioned here, your memory here mentioned, your disk, your internet, or your GPU. Okay, so these all are the resources, hardware resources at
Yes,
one
sir.
side. But on the other hand side, now here see,
Mhm.
it's managing the CPU. If you click on the CPU, what are the CPU speed, how many processes are running, it's showing all the things to you. If you click on the memory, it give you the detail about your memory section. If you click on disk, it give you the detail about how your disk is utilizing. Similarly, your Ethernet or GPU. Okay, so this is the one side. There is the resources.
All right, sir.
Your operating system managing the resources also. Okay, it provided some common services to you also. These are the some services. These services are utilized by your application programs. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so these are the different things I am mentioning here on this slide. You have some common resources. You have some computer resources like CPU, memory, and IO devices, and your operating system provides some common services to application program. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so today I start at this point. In the next class, we will move in the operating system in more details. Okay, so there I show you how the operating system managing these
All right,
different
sir.
resources. Okay, okay, Mark. Next class is at scheduled 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Okay.
All right. All right, sir. No problem.
Okay. Okay. Good night, Mark.
Good night, sir. Hopefully, my internet will be better tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah. Yes. 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 Hope so.